But this is my old ebb and flow container. It's got two things down here that drain into a bucket. One pumps up, one goes down. I've got PVC fittings in here and a little barb connector on the bottom holding this 1/2-inch inner diameter hose on. And if you're looking at this going, that's kind of a weird looking device. There's a few design flaws to my design. Like, why aren't these up here more? That's the question. That's the question you should be asking yourself. And that's because I didn't. Anyway, these are right here, and I wish they're up here. And it's finely tuned for this pump. This pump runs for X number of minutes based on my timer. I got my tub, my timer, my Mountain Dew, my bucket down here. It's got the pump in it. We're going to test it out, make sure all the water flows. Then I'll put the hydrogen in, and I'll put the plants in. Then I'll hang the light. Now the bucket is full of water, and the reason why I use a 5-gallon bucket is because if this thing overflows or gets clogged or whatever, the most water that goes anywhere is 5 gallons. So that's why I have a 5-gallon bucket. Moment of truth. Oh, water. Anyway, as I was building this initially didn't have a cap on it, but this pump pumped too much water in it for this to drain. So if you build yourself an ebb and flow system, you have to make sure that the outflow equals or exceeds the inflow, so that, well, probably equals. And then I've got an overflow up here. So this kind of equals the inflow, and then this is if it gets too full and it overflows. And then you might be wondering how it drains back out. So this, see how this is this high? This is off the ground about 1 inch. So you're just not going to leave 1 inch of water in here because these holes for the inflow are right on the bottom of the pipe. This allows the water to drain back out through the pump when the pump turns off. So it'll drain to here when the pump is on, and then overflow, and no lower. When the pump turns off, then it goes back down, drains back through the pump. All right, we're going to put the hydrogen in now, let it start sucking up some water. I use hydrogen because it holds a lot of moisture. And look, there's some net cups. And my little drain cover. Drain cover, net cups. When you're filling this thing with hydrogen, since hydrogen floats, you don't want all your plants to start floating away. So this fills put enough hydrogen in here to make sure that it holds it down when it gets to its maximum depth of water. That is why I like ebb and flow, because I can do that. And this plant is looking a little pale and a little curled, so hopefully he snaps out of whatever he's in. Alright, we got everything planted. These look like dead chamomile flowers that I transplanted from my garden. Mint, peppermint, a pepper, which I've immediately forgotten the name of, and more chamomile. So, here we go. Here are the results so far. We have blooming wildflowers, which I thought were chamomile. You can see how similar the leaves are. This is actual chamomile that I got from the store because I didn't have time to grow from seed. And guess what? This came with aphids. That was such a nice gift to come with. I never had bugs down here before, but now I have aphids, which I'm attempting to kill with this Ortho Elementals insecticidal soap for organic gardening. You can see the irony in that, I hope, using a chemical fertilizer in a hydroponic setup and spraying things with organic gardening spray. Anyway, this is actual chamomile. It looks very similar to the wildflowers that I dug up from my garden. These are flowering. They look beautiful. I've never grown wildflowers inside, especially hydroponically before. The chamomile is starting to blossom, lest the aphids eat the flowers to death. Hopefully I can get them before they get me. And the pepper plant, which has some curling leaves, which might be due to aphids or might be just some nutrient problems, which I've corrected. I think my water levels got too low and my nutrient levels got out of balance, which have now fixed. I've got a chamomile plant back here in the back, which hopefully will blossom up here. The mint plant is doing awesome. It smells fantastic. It's got a little bit of a weird color to it. I think they might have similar nutrient problems to the pepper plant. But you can see the size of these leaves. Like, these things are massive on this thing. This pepper plant is a bush. I think it's going to take over this whole space eventually. I've never had a pepper plant look like this, indoors or outdoors. And if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you'll know that the elephant is for scale. See how big that leaf is? So I'm loving this light. Like I said, it's full spectrum. It has It has infrared lights as well as UV lights to kind of give it a fuller spectrum. Plants can use lights outside of just your visible light spectrum, and they love it. Helps them grow better, helps them do better. I'll link to, there's a great video that I watched by AlboPepper. I love that guy. He made a great informational video on why that is true, and I'll link that down below. I will post another video here with some final results in a couple weeks, maybe another month, when I finally get some peppers on this thing, and we will give a final conclusion on this TS1000 light from Mars Hydro. Leave your comments and questions below. Send this video to your mom if she's into hydroponics. And if not, share it with like 1,000 of your friends. Let's see if we can get this video to 1 trillion. I don't think there's been any YouTube videos that get to 1 trillion views, and I would love it to be this one. So send it to 1,000 friends, like, subscribe, whatever you do, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.